Okay, now we're down to our last function that we have to deal with, and this is really the meat and potatoes of the whole add-in, and that is the execute function. Basically, any programming you're going to be doing, anything you want to do with your add-in, you're going to pretty much do it in the execute function. So in this tutorial, we need to make a dialog box. It's a simple dialog box. We're going to use forms, and let's just name this output dialog. We're creating this exactly like we did the plugin dialog boxes. Let's dialog. Go ahead and add it. Once that is created, we're just going to add a button to it. It'll be our OK button, and we're going to add a list box to it. The only reason I'm just doing the button and the list boxes is because really in this tutorial I'm just going to be showing you a little bit about a couple neat things you can find. So let's go ahead and give them names. Let's set the text in the button to OK. Let's name the button OK, and let's give it a dialog result of OK. Again, this is just exactly as we did in the plugin tutorial. And then let's just give the list box a usable name, and that's our dialog box. So now that our dialog is made, we can go back to our execute, and we can actually talk a little bit about the goodies in here. Now, Vixen sends you this event sequence, named sequence, in the execute value. That is basically where you're probably going to get the majority of the information that you want. So we'll be using that in our dialog box. So let's set it so that we can send that value to our output dialog box. So you just go to the code in the dialog box. We make it so that we can send an event sequence. Oh, I did it again. If you remember, I did the same exact thing in the plugin dialog. I forgot to add our using statement so that it can find that event sequence. Once it turns that lighter color, you know you've got it. So let's just call it sequence. And like I said, we'll be using we'll be using sequence basically to get all of our information and to set all of our information. And there's a lot of neat stuff you can find in there. So let's just go ahead right now, and we will create an instance of our dialog and go ahead and open it up. So we just create an instance of our dialog. Output dialog. This is equal to a new output dialog, and we're going to set the sequence. We're going to open up the same way we did our dialogs in the plugin. Dialog.show dialog. We're going to say if that's equal to OK, result OK, just as we did before. And in here we're going to eventually we will set it to if you click OK, it's going to write the values. So for right now, let's just put a note in there. Write event values. Just as before, at the end of execute, we want to make sure that the dialog closes. So it's no matter whether the person clicks on OK or they just click on the Xbox, that X out of that, we all want that form to close. So dialog.close. And then you'll notice here that execute is expecting a return value, a Boolean return value. So it's expecting true or false. So we're just going to return true in ours. So now we basically have our dialog box. We have opened it. I'm not going to go through and run it for you right now. You can go ahead and run it if you'd like to. But in the next part, we're going to actually dig into that dialog box and see what's within that sequence variable.